Breaking, they got booed off the field. Watch this. This is so embarrassing for my home state of California. But who cares? It's not like this state and its far-left liberal socialist citizens harbor any shame anymore. Attendees of the Valero Alamo Bowl in Texas actually booed the Stanford University Band during its failure of a halftime performance after the left-wing hack bandsmen mocked the border wall, Whataburger, and all things Texan. The awful and disrespectful performance came during the California University's bowl game versus Texas Christian University, and TCU responded by defeating the Stanford Cardinals. The Stanford marching band, which is known for its satirical and disrespectful halftime performances, unless you are a liberal that is, poked fun at Texans' state pride, the border wall proposed by President Donald Trump, horned frogs, the TCU mascot, and Whataburger, which is the iconic burger restaurant loved by the majority of Texans. But this group of disrespectful ingrates forgot one thing: "Don't mess with Texas" isn't just a fake slogan like the Golden State is. The Great California Exodus, a closer look. For decades after World War II, California was a destination for Americans in search of a better life. In many people's minds, it was the state with more jobs, more space, more sunlight, and more opportunity. They voted with their feet, and California grew spectacularly. Its population increased by 137% between 1960 and 2010. However, this golden age of migration into the state is over. For the past 2 decades, California has been sending more people to other American states than it receives from them. Since 1990, the state has lost nearly 3.4 million residents through this migration. This study describes the great ongoing California exodus, using data from the census, the Internal Revenue Service, the state's Department of Finance, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and other sources. We map in detail where in California the migrants come from, and where they go when they leave the state. We then analyze the data to determine the likely causes of California's decline and the lessons that its decline holds for other states. The data show a pattern of movement over the past decade from California mainly to states in the western and southern U.S. Texas, Nevada, and Arizona, in that order, are the top magnet states. Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Idaho, and Utah follow. Rounding out the top 10 are 2 southern states, Georgia and South Carolina. A finer-grained regional analysis reveals that the main current of migration out of California in the past decade has flowed eastward across the Colorado River, reversing the storied passages of the Dust Bowl era. Southern California had about 55% of the state's population in 2000 but accounted for about 65% of the net out-migration in the decade that followed. More than 70% of the state's net migration to Texas came from California's south. What has caused California's transformation from a pull into a push-out state? The data have revealed several crucial drivers. One is chronic economic adversity. In most years, California unemployment is above the national average,